It's finishing up with the booty, leaving us feeling amazing for our Saturday.
Yes.
Ladies, you ready to go?
Okay.
Phoenix is ready to go. You ready to go?
Let's
Let's do it.
All right, so let's warm it up. If you didn't work today and you slept a little late, maybe you need a little extra warm up. You want to kind of wake the body up. I'm kicking back. I do this one a lot because I get really tight quads. So if you have big quads like me and they get really tight, your quads, right, the muscles underneath your quads run underneath your patella, your kneecap. So if your quads are tight, it'll lead to knee pain. So when we're doing our squats, our lunges, and things like that, I want that release. So keep sitting it back and really feel your quads release as you do it. So it shouldn't look like an 80s dance move. You want to actually have a function here by releasing your quadriceps. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And I want to work on that quad release by placing one leg in front and then bringing my leg behind and see if you can grab it. If you cannot grab it, you can hold a wall and try, or just reach for it. Another option if you can't grab it is to just hinge that hip forward and feel that stretch. And let's do that actually right now. Let's bring that leg down, tuck the toe under, and then continue to stretch, and then lean forward a little bit with your hip and feel that hip flexor stretch.
Yep.
It doesn't look like much, but it should feel like a lot. 3, 2, 1, and then I want to work this glute. I'm just going to sit into it, feel a little bit of a bounce, and then let's bring the knee in. Good. All right, so now I'm working on that hip and stabilizing, sort of feeling the strength of the opposite leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, shake it out, shake it out. Let's release the quad on that side. Again, you can start this way if you can't grab it, and if you're comfortable grabbing onto it, grab onto it, and then push it to the hip to feel the quad stretch. Holding for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then bring it back down, and then press into that hip and then lean into it a little bit, feeling a hip flexor stretch. I want to prep you for some of the leg work that we're doing today so that you really feel ready for it. 5, 4, 3, 2, lean it forward. All right, let's work on that balance. Bring it in and bring it in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Bring them center. You want a 45-degree angle. I want you to just chill, bring it down, and bring it up. It's not big here. I want you to have a sort of shallow range of motion, and then as you start to feel a little bit more warmed up, sit a little bit deeper into it. Let's do 4 more of these. 4. Nice. 3. Yes. 2. Last one, sit into it, and then just try to push your legs open. Good. You can sway if you want, just to feel sort of a release in your hips. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Come up, shake it out. Hamstrings, let's stretch those out. So what I like to do is to use the shoulder and the hamstring at the same time. So one arm and one leg. And I'm starting pretty light here. I'm not really going too high. Because when we do active stretching, which is what we're doing now, what that just means is rather than holding the stretch, I'm moving through the stretch. I usually start shallow, and then once I feel a little bit more comfortable and confident with my body, I'll make it a little bit deeper. Right? It's a great way to start off. Sort of revving the engine on your body. 4, 3, 2, last one, shake it out. All right, I want to do some alternating step back lunges just to warm you up. Just step back with your left in studio, right at home. Extend your arms out. Add a tiny rotation to feel the hip flexor again. Bring it back. Now alternate. Step the leg out. Tiny rotation, feel the hip flexor. Bring it back. Excellent. And again, I love those hip flexor stretches. I've been training a lot lately, so it really helps to feel that release before I start pushing more pressure on my legs.
This is really peppy warm-up music. I'm
not
sure if I've just never heard this track before, but I'm like, I gotta get warmed up.
Good, shake it out. It does.
Crazy.
It's like a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Type.
Stretch your quads out. All right, let's go. Let's get to it.
All right, now that you're warmed up and you're ready to go, I want you to start with a jogger. Now, the jogger is different than the sprinter because obviously sprint is 100%. A jog is like 60, 70%. So we're going to move forward a little bit and then come back. Now, you can always march in place too, especially if you have a New York City apartment and it's very small. All right? Good. Keep going forward and back. Excellent. So really what I'm working on here is just utilizing the space and being light on my toes. Good. Forward and back, 20 seconds. Now, if you have a bigger space, you can, again, just jog around the whole room. My goal is to get your heart rate up, so I want you to be a little breathy. So if you said, hey, Phoenix, to your TV screen or your computer screen, you would be a little breathy as you did it. Last two, last one. Now, going from that to balance. So you're focusing on your breath. Cindy grabs her weights. I'm gonna bend and soften one leg, straighten the opposite leg, and then lift off. Good. Now, if you are not using weights, you wanna imagine that you have a weight and that there's some resistance in that opposite hand. What this does is counterbalance you, which is really good for the brain. It's also really good for the stabilizing side. So right now, the leg that's not moving, we should feel it. Right, everybody feel that? Yeah. You will also work, especially if you have a weight, your medial deltoid, which is the middle of your shoulder. When you do any type of lateral raising, that's the part that works. So keep that nice and strong. Also, your core is what's helping you stand straight. Let's do 3 more of these. 3, 2, last one, and with the last 5 seconds, just pulse the leg. Good. As you pulse that leg, try to keep those toes facing straight ahead. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Excellent. All right, same thing on the opposite side. Find a stable base and lift it out. Glute medius work is the side of the leg, right? The side of the hip, the side of the butt. It's a really important muscle because if it's weak, it usually makes the legs bow out a bit. And of course, that puts a lot of pressure on the knees. And you hear me talking about knees a lot today because when you guys send me messages, I listen. And a lot of you were talking about knee pain, knee issues, tight hip flexors. So we're paying attention to that today. Last 2. Last one. All right, let's pulse that out. Push. Beautiful. Breathe. Try to keep those toes facing ahead. If you have tight hips, they want to do that, where the leg turns out, but keep it out. 3, 2, 1. Shake that out. Yeah, I know. It's a sneaky move. Okay, let's bring it down to the floor. Leave your lower body alone. We're going to put some focus on our upper body. You can do this on your knees or on your feet. It's a push-up, gang. Now, the trick to this one is I want to slow burn. So we're going to go down 1, 2. We're going to hold. 3, 2, 1. Coming up. 1, 2. So down. 1, 2. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Come up. 1 and 2. Now, the reason I like the slow burn is because you have to focus on your form. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2. Slow burn. Bring it down. 1, 2. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Up. 1, up. 2. Good. Bring it down. 1, 2. Hold. Slow burn. 3, 2,
Etheria
1. Up
was one
and up. Nice. Good. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Come up and up. Back down. 1 and 2. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Come up and up. Right? So you're really focusing on your form here. You can feel your chest, your abs, and your shoulders. 1 and 2. Get out. Very nice, guys. Okay. We jog. Now I want you to sprint. I'm going to stand next to Teresa here so you can kind of see the 2 versions of it. First, let's jog. She's focusing on just the ankle mobility. I'm bringing it a little bit higher up. Next, I want to sprint. She's lifting her knees high. I'm going up. Ready? Beautiful. So either way, I want that heart rate up. 3, 2, 1, back to the jogger. Focus on the rhythm, focus on your breathing. Let's get ready to push it again. 3, 2, 1, sprint. Good. So you see the low impact version still has that higher intensity. 3, 2, 1, back to a jog. All right, guys, now I'm gonna ask you to sprint for 10 seconds longer, going from 10 seconds to 20. 3, 2, 1. Good. 20 seconds. You will really realize that 10 seconds. You never realize how long 10 seconds is until someone asks you to sprint. All right, keep pushing. You got 8 seconds to go. Now, don't stop after this. I want you to control your rhythm at the end. 3, 2, 1, ankles. Don't stop. Good. You have to control your breath as you move. 5, 4, 3, 2, now you can stop. All right, you get the idea.
Yeah.
Keep it moving even when you slow your pace down. Okay, studio. Right leg nice and soft. At home, it'll be your left. Hinge from your hip. Good. Now from here, add the fly. And then bring it up. Option number 2, leg floats. Excellent. You can do this with weights. I recommend a lighter weight since it is your rear deltoid. And coming up. Focusing on hinging from the hip bringing the arms out and then back and down. When I say fly, I kind of hate saying fly. Throw your arms out. It's not that. It's actually a lift, bring it back down, and then come up. Looks pretty good to me, okay? Nice and controlled. Find your balance first and then lift. Good stable base. Cindy is using those weights there, really challenging her core and her glutes. Last one. Nice. Awesome. Now I know I'm not that stable on that right side. It's just the way it is for me. So what I do is I just take my time. Same thing opposite side. Bring it down. Let's just work on the fly. Good, and then bring it up. If you like, float that leg. Good. So you see, I am not lifting my arms until I feel stable with my legs first. Really important. Also, the shoulders. Think of squeezing your shoulder blades and then bringing them directly in line with your rear delt and your back. Okay, so you're not really tossing around or trying to fly. Just bring your arms out to the side. Good. I can't rename them. I would. If I could rename it, I would rename it. All right, here we go. Bring it out to your side, bring it down, and then up. Not everything has to be fast. Good. Last one, shake it out. Oh God, the renegade row, such a hard exercise. Cindy's gonna be doing it with weights. We're gonna add our back and our tricep, so still working a lot on the back of the body. So if you wanna do them on your knees, you can do it on your knees. We're going into a row, and then a tricep extension, bringing it back, bringing it down, and switching. All right, team, let's go. Up, back, back, and down. Bring it up, back, back, and down. Now, even if you're not using weight, I want you to squeeze your tricep. It's really easy to do. Think about flexing right here, bringing it back and bringing it down. Squeeze the shoulder blades, flex the tricep, bring it back, and bring it down. Oh yes, your abs are working too when you're here. And if you're feeling really good about it, you can come up onto your feet too. Up, out, back, and down. Up, out, back, last one. Up, out, back, finish the other side, and up, out, back, and down. Shake that out. Give your wrists a little roll out if you need to. All right, let's take our heart rate up again with a little bit of cardio. So, option number one, try to touch underneath. Remember that flexibility we did at the front? Well, this is why I was warming you up for this. Option two, hop. Ha. Good. Nice. Up and in, up and in, up and in, up and in. Now, if you really are not comfortable with the flexibility, you can keep it here, right? See, I'm really only coming up to about my hip height, but I'm keeping a steady rhythm. If you're more comfortable, add the intensity, add a little skip. My goal, though, is to think of scale of 1 to 10. So, Teresa, I'll ask you, scale of 1 to 10.
This is pretty much like right now, definitely a 10.
No, she says 10, but I want you somewhere between 6 and 8.
Okay.
Okay, 6 and 8. So 10 would be like 6 and 8 is right. So you should be able to talk to me, but when you do it, you're a little breathy. Okay, just try to pick that up. We're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Nice job, everybody. All right, I love these lunges, bicep curls. Let's focus on that. Cindy's gonna grab her weights. Now, we're gonna step back with our lunge. We're gonna bring the bicep, what we call a hammer curl bicep. So thumbs towards your shoulders. Let's do it. Step back, we'll alternate. Good. Now, bringing it back and down, squeezing your booty. Excellent, guys. Yes. Now, even though I am not using weights right now, I still want to flex. That means paying attention to the muscle and learning how to contract it. So when you do use weights, you'll be more comfortable with actually flexing those muscles and focusing on what you're doing and where you're doing it. Good. Last 10 seconds. Excellent, guys. Keep pushing through and breathe. You want to exhale when it's its hardest, and that's when your body's pushing against the floor. Last 2. Last 1. Shake them out. Awesome. Okay. One of my all-time favorites is always doing my side planks. We're going to up the ante a little bit. So you can stay on your knees for this because we're adding ab work to it. I'm going to pivot to the side. Find a really good strong side plank, squeezing for my core. Then taking my top arm, double crunch. 1, 2. Bring it over, switching sides, double crunch. 1, 2. Back to the center, switch, double crunch. 1, 2. Really try that side plank. Good. Now, not just the hip flexor, think about really feeling the side of your abdominals, your obliques, and bringing it in. Really squeeze. Like there's an imaginary weight. In, then switch. Nice work, guys. Just really squeeze that. Pay attention to how you feel. Stable first, squeeze second. Awesome. And bring it in. One more on this side. Squeeze it. Good. And then stretch it back. Hold here. Excellent work. Just breathe. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're back up for cardio. We're a little relentless today with the up and the down and the core, right? But that's the idea. I want your heart rate to be like a lie detector test. Like a politician's lie detector test. And up, down, back up again. All right, so fast feet. When I say turn, okay, just turn and watch my arms. Good. Center. This is how I can tell if you're paying attention. Center. Yes. Center. Woo. Center. Turn. Center. Turn. Center. Turn. Center. Yep. Turn. Center. Turn. Woo. And release. Nice. Let that go. All right. Why I love those and why I think it's so important is you always want to know if you're paying attention. All right, now cross. We're going to cross step with an outside bicep curl. Okay, so everybody try this for me for a second. Outside bicep curl. Yes. Now rotate the outside bicep curl. Excellent. Okay, now that you've got that, we're going to cross a leg over. So my right leg will cross over my left. At home, your left's going to cross over your right.
It's like a Phoenix dance move to me. Yeah, I saw this,
And then switch. Good.
Phoenix going to house.
Now the idea with this is, it's a little, you have to work on your coordination. You're crossing over your body, but you're teaching your ankles and your knees to be able to change direction. Lots of sports, those directional changes are crucial. That's also how a lot of injuries happen. So you want to train for it. Okay, last 2. Good. Last one. Now I want you to stay center and burn the bicep out. Good. Yeah. If you have weights, you're really going to feel this, Cindy. If you're at home, try to really work it. Yes. Now, if you have weights, you probably have to go a little bit slower. So don't feel that you have to stay with our rhythm. I just want you to work on that feel and keeping that tension on the muscle. We got 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3 more, 2 more. Last one, let it go. All right, just gonna roll those mats out, bring them straight. This is a move that, with my shoulder injury, I had to do in physical therapy a lot, and it's really crucial. Why wait until there's a $30 copay? Why not do it to strengthen yourself today? So we're gonna do a T lift. So from here, extend your arms straight out. All right, they're not in front, they're not above, they're straight out to your sides. From here, squeeze your shoulder blades, lift your arms. Yep, that's it. You want to keep your eyes gazed towards the mat. So most of you aren't looking at the screen right now, you're looking down. And as you're looking down, just bring your palms off the floor, okay? Now, what Teresa's doing is the same thing with a bird dog option, except she's using a single arm. I'll tell her when to switch. It should be in a couple seconds. 3, 2, all right, Teresa, switch hands. And now this is a great option if you're pregnant or for whatever reason you don't want to bring your belly to the ground. It's a great one to do. This T exercise, though, crucial. It will really help you build shoulder strength. Last one. Release that. Okay. Give it a second, and we are going to our final circuit. Circuit number 5, which is booty and core. Okay?
Yep.
All right, I love this move because it is flexibility and it is also mobility and strength. So really, we get a lot with this move. So come into your sumo squat position or your plie position, and from here I just want you to hold. Now, you want to find a hold where you're a little uncomfortable, so it's probably a little, yes, dropping somewhat. For 5 seconds we hold, and then we're going to lift our heels. 3, 2, 1. Now watch my heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay. Some people have tight ankles, they'll hear that crack, right? This will really help stabilize that. 2, 1, here we go, lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold for 5, 3, 2, 1, lifts, 5, I know it's killing you right now, isn't it? 3, 2, 1, last hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys, that's done, okay? Let's move on to our abs. So bringing it down to the floor. Teresa, you're gonna stay up for this one, right? Yeah, so she's sitting up, so watch her for another version of this. I wanna take my right leg in studio and bring it here to my knee and keep a V shape open. Now, from here, I'm gonna place my opposite arm on the ground to stabilize me, hand behind the head, armpit to inner thigh. Here we go. All right, the reason I say armpit to inner thigh is because most people bring the elbow to the knee and they lose lifting the shoulder off the floor. I want you to lift that shoulder off the floor and really rotate. So if I just use my elbow, I'm just kind of cheating, right? Just kind of moving my elbow. But if you get that shoulder off the floor, you're gonna feel a lot more abs. Let's do 2 more just like this. And last one, and now switch. Opposite side. All right, remember, armpit to inner thigh. Here we go. Armpit to inner thigh. So you're gonna see my shoulder really come up off the floor, and I don't worry so much about the elbow. It's just about getting my upper body towards that leg. So if it doesn't touch, who cares? As long as your abs are burning when you do it. That's more important. Good, we're almost there. 15 more seconds here. Squeeze in, strong core. Right, you could touch at the bottom, or if you want, don't touch. 3, 2, last one. Good, release that. Okay, we're gonna do the final glute exercise, which is our fire hydrant, and let's turn it over. Now, this is also a stretch, guys, so if you feel really, really tight, just take your time and go your own range of motion. Studio left at home, right, bring it up. Good, and in. Today, my hip is tighter than normal. As like I said, I've been working out a lot, so I noticed they're a lot tighter than normal, so I'll just take it easy, and then maybe after a couple of reps, it'll open up and the flexibility get better. Just be really conscious of leaning to the side. You want to stay as straight as you possibly can. Very nice. Good. Keep that going. Strong, strong core. Try not to lean or rely too much on your arms. Stay as centered as you can. 3, 2, and 1. Give it a little break for a sec. Nice. We do the same thing on the opposite side. Really working on opening up that hip. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so imagine that there's like a wall next to you. You don't want to touch the wall. You want to stay as straight as you can. Because if I'm leaning, I'm cheating. I want to try to stay even. Does that mean that I don't go as high? Yeah, it does. But I'll know that I'm actually using the right muscles and I'm not compensating or relying on my arms or shoulders to do it. It's a really hard move, guys. You might even need to take a break in between. And if you do, take that break and then just come right back to us. This is crucial. This is glute medius also, which again, if it's weak or there's issues there, you can get sciatica, false sciatica, piriformis syndrome, all that from being tight. So if that's something that plagues you, take a break. Good. And we're done with it. All right, guys, last move of the whole workout. This is the dolphin plank, where you dip your hips. That's pretty good.
I have the sound effect ready.
It just reminds me of Ace Ventura. Do you know Snowflake? Does he call you at home? All right, bring it here. Bring it up. Good. Feel that big stretch there. Now tuck your hips under and then come into your plank position. Hold. And lift again. Good. And hold. Nice. When you get to the bottom, find your abs. If you haven't found them, stay there. Then go. Okay? Try to connect to it each and every time. So Teresa's doing this on her knees, which is a great option. It takes a little pressure off, but you're still getting plank. It is still plank, and it is still the dolphin plank. So it really is a good stage one. Nice. Keep squeezing. We just have 10 more seconds left. You can survive this. Good. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1 rest. Let's stay down for our cool down. How's everybody doing? They're out of it. So I know Saturday workout, you know, for some of us, you want to take it easier. For some of us, we want to push harder because maybe we got more sleep. Some of you guys work on the weekends and you're still joining us, and I appreciate that. Now it's time to cool it down. So the first thing I want to do is pay a little attention to the quads and hip flexors, which I've been talking about this whole workout. Coming into this diamond stretch, we're going to do the diamond 2 ways. I want you to push the diamond a little further away from your body. Sit yourself up and then come forward. When you do this one, you're going to feel a lot more of your hip. Just breathe into this. Good. Take another deep breath and see if you can just get a little lower. 2 and 1. Still the diamond, but this time I want you to bring the feet a little closer to your body. With your feet a little closer, you're going to feel more groin. Now come forward. Good. Keep breathing. Sometimes just changing the movement by a couple inches changes what muscles are working, and that's just something to keep in mind when you think about your form and your positioning. A small amount of an inch here or an inch there can sometimes change a whole movement. 3, 2, and 1. All right, I love that. The quads, like I've been talking about. So I'm going to turn to my side. For those of you with knee injuries, I want you to be really safe and careful with this one. So you're just going to lean back, okay? If you're feeling comfortable and confident with it, grab the knee. Push the heel towards your butt and then lean forward a little bit. So you're going to get a deeper quad stretch. Everybody okay with this?
Yeah.
Good, okay. So again, we're going at our own pace. 3, 2, 1. Now stay here. Take this top leg, cross it over, all right? You want your Sports Illustrated swimsuit catalog look right here. Now bring the arm down. The top leg stays on the floor. Option number 1, kick the heel towards you. Option number 2, grab that leg. Now you will feel the hip flexor on the bottom leg. This stretch is called the pretzel stretch. Why? I have no idea. That's just what I was told. Okay, so, but this is a great stretch. You're going to feel your quad and your hip flexor. Take your time and breathe into it. 3, 2, 1. I love, love, love that stretch. All right, let's do the same thing on the opposite side. So we're going to start off with our top leg, okay, the top leg, and then just kicking it back. For some people who have tight quads or tight knees, this might be it. That's great. For the rest of you, if you like, you can grab your shoelaces, lean forward, and bring your heel towards your butt, feeling that quad stretch. We stretch our hamstrings a lot. We forget about the quads and hip flexors, and they're usually the ones that need the most love. 3, 2, and 1. Now this top leg is going to cross over. All right, it crosses over. And then bring it back. And then extend the arm down to the ground, just stay comfortable. So you've got that knee crossing over, and if you can, get that top knee to the ground. There you go. So if you reach behind, awesome. If you can grab it, even better. And then just push it back, feeling your quad and hip flexor stretch. And just breathe into it. Such a great stretch. For those of you who run a lot, who hike a lot, right? Or you sit a lot, actually. I'm on an airplane every single week. This has saved my lower back. It really has. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's just sit it up. And let's shake that out. Let's go back to our diamond stretch and shake it out. Beautiful, guys. 4, 3, 2, and now come up whichever way you're comfortable, nice and slow. Just lifting towards the center, and then just a small hip rotation to relieve some pressure from your lower back. Good, and you can keep changing from front to side, front to side. Last 2, last 1. Shake it out, and you are done with our 5 circuits today.
Nice.
Nice job.
Well done. Cindy, Teresa, thank you. Phoenix, hi.
Hi.
Wow, yes, good to see you. That was really good. I feel really stretched. A lot of leg and booty and quad and hamstring work.
Yeah. Yeah, and core.
And
a lot
core.
of core too. So I think the most important thing is to these are your big muscle groups, to find base, to know how to strengthen them and release them. So that's why we did a little extra quad release at the end of the workout.
I like when we do quad work that isn't just 30 minutes of squats. Which
Right.
I don't mean that to be funny. I mean, we do a lot of squats here and a lot of lunges.
Right.
But like, I've got pretty developed quads and calves, and getting some of these moves that really stretch them and take them in different directions feels so good.
Yeah, you have to lengthen your muscles out. You shouldn't feel compressed and in pain. You should feel balanced.
Yeah.
You should feel balanced.
I feel long and strong today.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah?
I'll take that.
And I'm probably not either. But it's good to feel that way, right? Hey, that's it. That's your Saturday workout. Thanks for being here. We're back tomorrow. New total body workout. We'll see you then, guys. Have a great Saturday, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.